I'm Waco Standoff with DerbyDiva.com, here to guide you through some lower body stretches. Make sure that your feet are about hip width distance apart. Have a nice stable standing before you drop down to one knee for a quadricep stretch. So let's take a look at what that looks like from the side. My leg's at a 90-degree angle, and I have my shoulders tucked into my back, and I have my core and my glutes nice and active. Try to square off my hips and look straight ahead, and just lean into it a little bit. And you should be feeling the stretch through your quadriceps. And you'll hold that for 2 to 3 full inhalations and exhalations. And you'll want to repeat that stretch on both sides of your body. So, one more time. We're at a 90-degree angle. Our hips are squared, and we're just leaning forward a little bit so that we're feeling the stretch throughout our quadriceps and maybe a little bit into our hip flexors. From there, you go ahead and straighten your leg and lean forward with a straight back. And you're just gonna find your hamstring and your glute and give it a nice easy stretch. How far you're able to take this down totally depends on your range of motion. Yours may look different. You might be more upright, but this could be it for you. And you might be taking it even further down than I have in this demonstration. So again, always 2 to 3 full inhalations or exhalations. And make sure that you stretch the other side of your body. Both sides of your body should always be stretched equally. Note the variation I took here where I went more into a full splits instead of a half splits. Again, that's all about your range of motion and where your body is capable of going. You never want to force stretching. That can lead to injury, even though stretching is an important part of injury prevention. Another variation that you can take while you are working that quadriceps stretch is to lean forward just a little bit more and tip onto more of like the top of your knee. See, I'm on the top of my knee pad, and I can reach back and I can grab the top of my skate or my toe stop or my wheel and stretch. So I'll set that up again on the other side. So squared hips, I'm in my quadricep stretch. I lean forward and I come back and I grab my foot and look back over my shoulder. So from there, we can do a variety of other stretches. A favorite among roller girls includes prone frog. If I turn to my side, what I want to do is make sure that my knees are further apart, because what I'm doing is I'm putting my feet out as I come down like so. Normally if you were on a slipperier surface, it'd be much easier to get your knees farther apart. But depending on who you talk to and who does this stretch, people may position their feet differently. I personally feel that it's better to have your feet turned outward. Some people might tell you it's a different stretch to do it with your feet inward. I really don't recommend doing it that way. So after you do your prone frog stretch, you can also bring your foot back out and set it at a 90-degree angle with your body. So see how my wrist and my knee are right parallel with one another? And from there I can puff up and lean forward. Again, that all depends on your own range of motion, how far you take your pigeon stretch. So you could also repeat this on the other side of your body. Again, 90-degree angle, And make sure that your foot behind you is pointing straight back instead of being floppy. Straight back. And you could lean forward again. Some of you out there might have knee injuries that would prevent you from having a stretch like that. What you should do instead is to cradle your baby. You just take your arms. This is the exact same stretch as that floor stretch I was just doing, although it's a little more friendly for people with knee injuries. So you can go ahead and repeat that on both sides of your body. From there, you can go ahead and take it to the floor. Just recline all the way back. And you go ahead and draw your knee into your chest on either side. And you could also reach up for your toe stops and lean all the way back. So I would normally repeat that on both sides of my body. And after that, I could recline again. And I could cross one knee over my body. And you want to look over the opposite shoulder from where your knee is pointing. So I'm looking towards you because my knee is pointing away from you. And if I reverse that on the other side, see how I'm not talking to you because my knee is pointing towards you instead. You also bring it up and just make sure that you have a nice straight back, and you can lean forward and try to grab your toe stops. Some key points to remember when doing lower body stretches are to make sure that you stretch both sides of your body equally. It's also important to make sure that you don't stretch beyond your limitations, so know and respect your limits. And lastly, don't skip stretching. It can reduce soreness and increase your range of motion. I'm Waco Standoff, helping you stay loose.